Oh, oops. If all of our panelists and facilitators can also introduce themselves as well, brief introduction. I'll hand off to Sia.
Thank you, Daniel. Hello, everyone. We're so excited to have you all over here. My name is Sia, and I am the Learning Assistant Lead at Peer Connections. And I am a software engineering major, and I will also be graduating this semester. So if you have any questions at all regards to those fields or anything, feel free to ask me. Thank you. And I will pass it on to Allison.
Hi, everyone. My name is Allison. I am a fourth year here, so I'm also graduating this May. I'm a psychology major, and my role here at Peer Connections is an SI, and I've been doing this for quite a while, almost 2 years. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. And then off to Umama.
Hello, everyone. I am really excited to meet you all today. And I am Umama. I am in electrical engineering major, and I'm a sophomore. I work as a peer mentor with the Peer Connections, so I can help you with any kind of questions that you have during your transition to college. And thank you.
Awesome. And Sandy, could you do us the honor of introducing yourself as well?
Of course. Hi, everyone. My name is Sandy, and I'm the tutor coordinator at Peer Connections at San Jose State. I've been here, this is my second semester now, and I have the pleasure of working with amazing peer educators such as Daniel, Sia, Umama, and Allison. And I'm so excited to hopefully welcome you to San Jose State in the fall. And since you have, a wonderful panel of student leaders and experienced students here at from San Jose State today, feel free to ask any questions you might have about hey, what's college like? What can I do to be successful? We're here to share a little bit more about ourselves today and to get to know you more. So I'm going to go ahead and hand this back over to Daniel.
All right, people, we're going to go ahead and kind of transition to a little nice icebreaker. So on the next slide, we want to hear from you all. So feel free to share your name, your major, or the major that you hopefully who will want to study in college, and your favorite snack, because I feel like snacks are gives us a great glimpse to who you are and what you like. We kind of already shared a bit about us already, but feel free to put in the chat like your name, the major that you want to study, and what snack you like. And to help to get the ball rolling, I personally am a favorite, or I really like cookies, chocolate chip cookies in particular. So that's always my go-to snack. In fact, it could be, I'm okay with it being my breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. So all meals of the day. So let's see it, people. I want to hear from you. And if any of you would like to unmute and share about yourself that way too, well, we definitely welcome you to do that as well. But in the chat or unmute, whichever you prefer. So far, let's see. I see chips, comp sci, fries, design major, chips. Like I'm seeing people put in chips, but like what kind of chips? Like potato chips or like just all different kinds of chips. Like there's a whole field of chips out there. Really curious to see it. Forensic biology. Okay.
What counts as a chip? Like, do Funyuns count as a chip? I like Funyuns.
I think they're more like onion rings though, right? Do they count as chips?
I'm not sure.
Feel free to elaborate on your response to people. Like we want to hear it in full detail. Like you talk about the texture, the taste, all of it. Yeah. Let's see. Potatoes, okay. Potato chips, okay. Love to hear more, people. Feel free to really show yourself with us. Share about yourselves. But if you're not comfortable doing so, that's okay too.
I see a lot of potato lovers. There's chips, there's fries. Sandy said all sorts of potatoes. Potatoes.
French fries with potato ketchup. All right, we got a lot of potato enthusiasts here. I respect that. Oh, let's see. Oh, Mexican bread. Okay, I never had that. And then ice cream. Wow. I'm impressed by everyone's tastes. It gives me joy when people share about their favorite snacks. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Dark chocolate. Oh, wow. That's impressive.
But not like the extreme ones. I used to be like 90%, and then I had one that was like unsweetened, and then I was like, that changed me forever. And ever since then, I need some kind of sweetness in the chocolate.
Very nice, very nice. So I think that's a good way to get the ball rolling. If anyone still wants to share and hasn't shared yet, feel free to keep doing so in the chat. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to kind of like talking about basically who we are, what services we provide, and how we support students. So on the next slide. Or sorry, before we jump into that, I just want to go over some learning outcomes. Basically, like, we hope you can take away from this experience. So hopefully that you'll be able to connect with each other and us, because we're also students too. Like we've been in your shoes, we still kind of are in your shoes. We're fellow students. You can see us as your peers, really. And we want to also help you all familiarize yourself with basically who we are and how we can support you when you do transition to SGSU. And also to gain tips and tricks on what academic success looks like in college, because that can mean a lot of different ways. And we'll get into that in just a little bit. So next, again, here's the agenda. Basically, a quick rundown of what we're going to do. We already kind of went to do an introduction and icebreaker. Thank you all for being so open about sharing about yourself and your snacks. I love the discussion. And so next, we're going to be going on to our services and basically who we are, what we do. So mainly Peer Connections is ran by peer educators. And so these peer educators are basically students just like yourselves. So we mainly do this in 4 ways. And each of our 4 wonderful peer educators will be going through like what these services are and how they can support you in your success. So I'm gonna start the discussion by talking about the tutoring aspect of Peer Connections. So I am an embedded tutor, and I'll go into what an embedded tutor is in a bit, but I want to distinguish that we have 2 kinds of peer tutors in our program. And first one is classic tutor. And basically classic tutor is what you normally expect a tutor to do. We basically tutor you in content. So that we basically work with students one-on-one, so very individualized. And we help support them in content ranging from like, honestly, we tutor like over 200 courses. Like wow, like that's kind of impressive, right? I kid you not. We have people from the sciences like biology, chemistry, also in business, the math, like statistics, calculus, and writing, of course, because writing is going to be a big part of being a college student. So we definitely have tutors who specialize in all of those, and we'd be happy to work with you either in a 30-minute session or a whole 1-hour session to really get that in-depth, like kind of like working it out together and helping you become independent learners who can really the main goal really of us tutoring with you is to help you take control of your learning. So that's basically what we hope to support you as tutors. Embedded tutor, they're basically the same thing, except we're also embedded into certain classes. So like, let's say if there's a class like maybe calculus, there's a lot of students struggling with that. We have a tutor basically attending the class as well and being able to support you in the classroom as well as beyond the classroom. So that's basically tutoring in a nutshell. So when you do transition to SSU, or I guess in whatever university you go to, tutoring is pretty underrated. Like if you can, and if you feel like you might need a support, highly encourage you to reach out really, because we're here for you. We really are. So that's it about tutoring. I'm going to pass it on to Umama, who will basically run us through what mentoring is like and how that can support your students.
Daniel, before we
Just
move
kidding.
on, can I ask a quick
Okay.
question? How
sure
much
can.
does tutoring cost? And mentoring too,
Oh.
like everything else we're talking about.
Oh, that's right. So as with some services, there is a fee, but because you're also awesome, we give it this a 100% discount for free. So, well, I mean, jokes aside, basically all of these services, tutoring, mentoring, and whichever anything peer connection related, all of our services are of no charge because, well, your tuition covers it. But that does, yeah, technically, so it's not completely free, but there is no like added service, no charges, because again, we're really here to support you. We really mean it. And so there no gatekeeping, no fees, nothing at all. Just feel free to reach out, show up, and we will accommodate. Thank you, Sandy, for chiming in about that. I totally forgot that some people think that may assume that there might be something attached to it, but no strings attached. And if it sounds too good to be true, don't worry, it's not a scam, I swear. So without further ado.
And we actually got another question for you, sorry. In the chat, Jasmine asked, where does tutoring take place?
Awesome, this is a great question. And any of you, feel free to just chime in with questions into the chat. And peer educators, feel free to also chime in as well to answer the chat questions if you like. But tutoring can take place either in person on campus. We have our own center there. I don't know if any of you have been on campus, but it's going to be North Garage. But if you haven't been on the campus, don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. But we also offer on-campus tutoring and on virtual online tutoring on Zoom. So we can be flexible. So maybe if you don't want to go to school, you're like, I want to chill at home, we can also help you from there. As long as you're present, of course. So hope that answers your question. And yeah, Sandy just posted a bit more details about the in-person location. So yeah, and then online Zoom. Yep, awesome. Great questions, by the way. And keep it rolling as we're going through this panel, definitely. Okay, I think that's it about tutoring, unless any more urgent questions come up. But other than that, if questions do come up, we're definitely gonna check the chat. So Umama, feel free to take it away with the mentoring.
Hello again. I am here to represent the mentors, and I am also an embedded peer mentor. So the class that I help with, I actually attend the class with the students so that I get a better understanding of what's going on in the class so that I can help them better. And the main mission of mentors is really to help students succeed in college. We can help you with time management, stress management, study skills, note-taking skills, any kind of study related skills that you might want to improve. And we also help you with to get involved on campus. Maybe you have questions about clubs or organizations that you want to be a part of. We can also help you to connect with those clubs, and we can show you how to just get involved in campus. We help you with your academics and also how to be a part of the campus and really be involved. So I think for the freshmen, it is very important to actually understand the transition from high school to college, which is the biggest challenge. And we help you with everything that you might need during that time, like any kind of support with adjustment or just understanding how college works. So that's what we do, and we really hope to see you soon. And I will pass it on to Allison.
All right, so sorry, I was just looking at the chat because there's a question, but I'm an SI leader on campus, and so our job is you're going to see us in your classes, especially ones that are typically challenging or have historically there's a huge portion of students who don't do too well. And so SI leaders are like peer educators who come in, and then we host free study sessions outside of the class time. And so students can come in and attend these sessions, and we create like practice problems as well as like things that follow the course content. So whatever you're learning in class, we kind of do a refresher in the study session each week. And each SI leader will be hosting like 2 sessions a week. So these are totally volunteer. You just come in and the SI leader has like problems for you and activities as well. And the focus of these sessions, like this differs from like one-on-one tutoring, would be that you get to work with your classmates. And by doing so, we believe that helps embed the content because then you get to re-explain the concepts and help your classmates kind of improve in what you're learning in that class. And so the goal of it is basically to encourage like student participation, and also we're there to connect you with your professors. And that's it from me, but I'm gonna go ahead and let Sia take over.
Thank you, Allison. Hello, everyone. So I am the learning assistant lead for Peer Connections. So as a learning assistant, our role is primarily in the classroom. So we're embedded in the course, and the courses are generally bio courses, physics, computer science. So I know there was a computer science major in the chat. We're embedded in courses that have a high failure rate generally. So we want to make sure that we're in the classroom, and during the classroom, when you have lecture going on, let's say you have 180 students in your lecture, but you only have one professor, you would probably have around 3 or 4 learning assistants in the classroom who will help you during the discussion activities. So making sure that when there is an activity, everyone is talking. If you're alone and you don't have any friends in the course, we'll come talk to you. We'll help you find a group in the classroom and make sure you're just going through the right direction. And let's say you're in a physics lab. Let's say the lab has around 15 students, but you're doing some sort of experiments. And so we would be there to support you in those experiments to make sure that your experiment is going in the right track. And yeah, so we're basically embedded in the classroom, whether it's lab or lecture, and we do not hold any study sessions outside, and we do not hold any one-on-one study sessions either. So in the course, if you do have a question or need help that is beyond beyond the classroom, so it needs time outside of the classroom, we would probably refer you to a tutor. But when we're in class, we're 100% there to support you. And I will pass it back to Sandy.
That was beautifully described, y'all. And sorry if you keep seeing me wave. People walk by my office, so I'm waving bye to them. So just to kind of recap, since there are many different services that Peer Connections offers, and sometimes, students and even professors can get confused. So just keep in mind, learning assistants, LAs, and SI leaders, supplemental instruction leaders, they facilitate more so group sessions. And LAs are more so in the classroom, and so they don't do the one-on-one appointments. Whenever you would like that one-on-one interaction with someone, tutors help you with the content. So if you're trying to understand class material, like, hey, how do I use this like calculus function or like this formula? How do I like look at the curves? Then that would be a tutor. But if you're looking for someone to help you transition to the university, like, how do I deal with my roommates? How do I pick up good study habits? Time management, like what does being a college student look like? Then that's absolutely a mentor for you right there. And so I just want to reinforce what Daniel said about this is all free. You are already paying for it in your tuition. So if you're needing help, come to us. Let us help you. These are students just like you who's been through it and who understand. And so if you're, kind of afraid of approaching a staff member or your professor, then come to one of our peer educators. They're really here to support you. I want to address some of the questions in the chat, just so the recording also picks it up and we can share with other folks. Great question about what about transfer students? And so thank you folks for sharing. We do support all students. So if you're here for 4 years, for 2 years, 5, 6, we can support you at any point during that journey. We emphasize, incoming first years, and we emphasize transfers because I think that's who everybody in this space is. So we want you to know that we are here for you. We're here to offer support. And generally, a lot of first years and first time transfers come to us because they're trying to, ease their transition to the university. The other question I saw was, are these services one-on-one? So mentoring and tutoring do offer one-on-one appointments, and you can self-schedule those once you come to the university. Sometimes, our mentors and tutors might facilitate group activities as well, like inside the classroom. They might also host like review or study sessions like for the students too. So those are the times that you might see it in groups. And if you're interested in coming with a buddy, let us know. Then, we'll give the mentor or tutor a heads up. And if they're okay with it, then we'll be able to help you that way. Alrighty. So any questions with those services so far before I jump on to two more cool things to share with you all? Okay, no questions. If something comes up, pop it into the chat. So if you all could give me like a reaction and or like pop it into the chat, how many of you have done like some sort of personality assessment? Like, has anybody ever done like the MBTI, like True Colors, anything like that? Okay, I'm seeing, okay, I'm seeing a couple emojis, not too much. Okay, I'm seeing a yes, that is exciting. Okay, so I'm seeing a question in the chat. I will loop back to this, but I wanted to share this with you real quick. So not sure if anybody here has heard of Clifton Strengths. So Clifton Strengths is an assessment based on positive psychology. So as opposed to telling you about what your personality is, like, oh, are you extroverted versus are you introverted? This gives you more tangible kind of skills to draw from. So for example, some of my strengths are empathy, positivity, developer, relator, and responsibility. So knowing that helps me better understand like why I do what I do and like why I feel what I feel. So it helps me better understand myself as a person, and it makes me feel, kind of like a superhero because I know what I excel at. And so we offer free assessments and we offer free coaching. So if any of you are ever, experiencing like imposter syndrome, like I am not enough, or like, what do I bring to the table? I suggest come on in. I'm kind of leading the efforts on that. So I'm more than happy to coach you up and help you build that confidence and better get to know yourself and what you bring to the table. So that's another cool service we have. Another aspect is the study space. So we have a large study space like here in Pure Connections. So if you ever feel like the student union is too loud or the MLK library is too crowded, you can always come here and study during our business hours, which is on average like 9 to 4:30, like Mondays through Thursdays, and then we close early on Fridays. All right. Any questions with that so far? Okay, so no questions. Let me address the other question in chat. Is there help for any upper division comm studies courses? Yes, absolutely. So the tutoring services that we offer will depend on the tutors that we have at the time. As long as the tutors are comfortable in tutoring for that course, they have the skills, they have the knowledge for it, then we do offer tutoring. So tutoring, the courses we offer tutoring for kind of changes semester per semester, but you can always find out by hopping onto our website. We'll have like a nice document spreadsheet for you to look at. All right, so let me go ahead and turn this back to Daniel to jump into a new activity. And if you all have any additional questions, feel free to pop it into the chat.
Amazing. Just astounding explanations from you all. Thank you. Thank you all so much. So we're actually going to be transitioning to an activity. And you might be thinking, whoa, an activity? What? I thought we're just going to like info session. Well, I mean, yeah, kind of, but also we want to allow you all an opportunity to kind of like connect and also like really start thinking about like what college success can look like for you, because that can look like many things for different people. So we will be splitting off into breakout groups, and each of the peer educators, including myself, will help facilitate with all of you a little like group activity on basically what college success may look like for you. And we'll be doing it kind of like a Jamboard kind of style. So basically we're going to have like this slide or board, and we're going to have basically everyone can kind of pitch in and share like an image of what they think college success can look like. And to be real honest, clock success can mean a lot of things in different ways, and that's just really up to you to how you want to express that. So I think we can go ahead and start kind of transitioning into breakout rooms. Sandy, do you know if those have been set up already? Are we good to go?
So those have been set
Awesome.
up. And before we jump in, can we actually address a great question from Maria? How do
Got
we,
it.
and I'm gonna kind of generalize this a little bit. How do we request tutoring and mentoring services? And or how do I find out if I have an SI or an LI or an LA like in my class?
Okay, so let's start with the tutoring and mentoring question first. So usually you can request them by, there's definitely a few ways. The first way is to, you probably don't know about us yet, but we have a service called Spark Connect. It's basically just like a scheduling website. So you can actually schedule them online through that website. It's like a portal, a student portal, to where you can schedule appointments with either a mentor or a tutor based on your need and your availability as well. You can also give us a call. If you look us up on our website, look up like Lily SGSU Peer Connections. We have on our website. So you can either give us a call if you like calling people, or you can send us an email if you're not sure, if maybe you're not comfortable calling, or like maybe you're not sure how to navigate the student portal. You can always send us an email, and we'll definitely connect you with someone who can meet your needs. As for the supplemental instruction and learning assistance, usually because they're embedded in the class, you usually know like right away in your class. You usually know right away like they'll introduce themselves in the class. And if it's an online class, the information will be available on your class page as well. So you'll definitely know for sure, like if you have an SI, supplemental instruction leader, or a learning assistant, LA. And awesome, the link to our website is in the chat. So feel free to check us out and look into us more there if you'd like. Yeah, I think, and yeah, so yeah, tutoring is also offered during the weekend. So in case you want to meet with a tutor over the weekend, maybe you have something to do on Sunday night, I'm sure we have tutors who can accommodate that. So yeah, awesome, great, fantastic questions, everyone. Y'all are brilliant minds. Amazing. Okay.
All right.
Does anyone else want to chime in on the questions in case I missed anything? Are we good? We good? Perfect. Okay. So of course, you can also ask these questions as well in your small breakout groups, just in case you have any more come up. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get ready to rumble.
All right, y'all. So breakout rooms have opened. Go ahead and click that big blue join button. Alrighty, so for the folks who are still here, Tyler, do you need any help getting into your breakout room? Okay. Suman, do you need any help? Oh, I think is there two of you here? Oh, you're on mute. I see your mouth moving, but you're on mute.
Yeah, Suman, one is son and the other one is mom.
Oh, gotcha. Let me see. So you have been assigned to your breakout room. Would you like to head in and kind of learn a little bit more, or would you like to stay here?
Yeah, I would.
You would like to stay here?
Yes.
Okay.
And my son would join the breakup room.
Yeah, that sounds good. Kanoa, do you need any assistance? Okay, let me check in. Olivia. Oh, Olivia has shifted. Lloyd, are you with us?
Yes, I am present.
Okay, awesome. Lloyd, by chance, did you just hop into the meeting, or were you kicked out and then you just came back?
Yes, ma'am, I just joined.
You just joined? Okay, so sounds good. So I'll have you stay with me, so that way I can